What's up, guys? It's Josh back with another video, and today I wanted to talk about a lawsuit against Google by some ex-employees. So let's get to it. So there are a couple reasons why I started my channel. For one, I started it because I love Linux and I wanted to document my process of actually learning the operating system and getting better with it and sharing my experiences while using the Linux operating system. And another one of the reasons I started my channel was to push to people the interest of getting into the tech field. And one of the things I specifically focus on is Black people, whom are dead last when it comes to the amount of them being in the tech field. And I've told this story multiple times, but ever since I've been in the tech field, I've been pretty much the only Black guy working back there in those server rooms and just working in that tech environment in general. Now, it has gotten better, throughout my career as I've gotten into higher positions. I have ran into a lot more of people of color working in the tech field, but I still see the numbers of the amount of Black people versus people of other races within the tech field. So I kind of want to bridge that gap. That's another one of those reasons for me creating this channel, as well as bringing on the guest for the interviews. And since I've been doing that, I have mentored dozens of people to get them into the tech field, whether it was just a phone call or a couple of emails where we emailed back and forth, and I provided information and resources in order to help them get into the field. And it's been working as far as I know, and based on the amount of people that I have talked to, after giving advice and just mentoring them as much as I can around my full-time job, I have been very successful in helping a lot of people actually get into the field. And I think that a lot of the people that come from where I come from, Black people in general, we tend to want to open those doors up for younger Black people that look like us and give them the guidance and walk them through the path on actually getting into the tech field, being that you typically don't see many of us in these fields. And so my reason for bringing all this up is because this article kind of covers something like that at one of the tech giants, which is Google. And so I just wanted to read it to you guys, and then I would love for you guys to leave your comments down in the description below on your thoughts on these accusations that are being made. So let's hop over to the article right fast and go through it. Okay, so I found this on Forbes, and you guys know I typically look at articles pretty much on a daily basis, especially when they're dealing with tech. I have my Google News app that kind of just gives me things based on what I've looked at in the past. And so this article popped up. It actually was released on March 19, 2022. It basically says accusations made against Google in lawsuit alleging systematic bias against Black employees. And if we scroll down, it says Reddit reported Friday that a lawsuit was filed accusing Google of systematic racial bias against Black employees and alleging the company steers them to lower level positions and then pay them less and denies them opportunities to advance because of their race. And April Curley, a former diversity recruiter at Google and a plaintiff in this matter, made allegations that the search giant subjected Blacks to a hostile work environment, including by often required that they show identification or being questioned by security at its Mountain View, California campus. And I don't like to bring up things that have happened, in the workplaces that I've worked at, but things like this has kind of happened to me as well, because I know when I started, it was very limited on the amount of Black people you would see working in the tech field. And I've ran across security at different positions where they were questioning to see if I actually belong there. Like that's actually happened to me. And I just kind of brushed it off, you know what I'm saying? I saw it as an issue, but I didn't really trip about it at the time. I was just, doing my job. I was just trying to do my job, you know what I'm saying, and stay out of trouble and do what I need to do. And I was mainly focusing on what I need to do to be successful in the field. Like, for instance, just to give you an example, earlier in my career, I used to have to run around and test cables, while working with the patch panels and all that stuff for the different offices. So you walking around the whole campus, and some people look as though they look surprised when you say you work in the tech field. You would see it, you know what I'm saying? It never really affected me, you know what I'm saying? But you would see issues like that, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of brush it off, but it is a problem. So I can see that actually happening. Now, it says the legal filing points out that Black people comprise only 4% of employees and about 3% of leadership and its technical workforce, which makes sense. I did a video a while back where I showed the numbers of how many people of color or Black people that work in the STEM fields or in the STEM fields. And that includes technology, which is tech, essentially. So science, technology, engineering, math. The numbers are low when it comes to Black people based on the demographics in the tables and the charts that I looked at and showed you guys in that previous video. But it says the New York Post wrote about the matter, saying her hiring proved to be a marketing ploy, and supervisors began denigrating her work. People also started stereotyping her as an angry Black woman and passing her over for promotion. And it says Curley alleged that Google fired her in September 2020 after she and her colleagues began working on a list of desired reforms. Ben Crump, Curley's attorney, while Google claims that they were looking to increase diversity, they were actually undervaluing, underpaying, and mistreating their Black employees. Crump previously represented the family of George Floyd. And then it says the San Francisco Chronicles wrote April Curley was an exceptional employee at Google. She was hired to a position well below her qualifications and was consistently wrongfully passed over for promotion, Crump said in a statement. And she did do an interview on one of the major news networks that I won't play because I'll most likely get flagged, but let's just read a little more. This kind of covers pretty much everything, but it says the lawsuit seeks compensatory and punitive damages and lost compensation for current and former Black employees at Google and a restoration to their appropriate positions and seniority. And then this is a tweet about the original article or the other article that was written by NBC. But it says back in 2021, it was alleged that Google advised employees in the US who complained about racism and sexism to take medical leave and undergo mental health counseling. And that was put in that article up here. So I won't cover that one. Go back and read that one if you want to. I had a link to this down in the description of the video. But I just want to get down to the bottom. It basically says, at the time, Google denied wrongdoing and said it rigorously investigates complaints. We have a well-defined process for how employees can raise concerns, and we work to be extremely transparent about how we handle complaints, the company said in a statement. But that was an interesting article. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts down in the comments below. As I stated, I have, dealt with issues like this in the workplace, but please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I hope you guys have a good day. And of course, keep it techie.